you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. So I come, Lord, I come, I come, Lord, I come to tell you I love you, to tell you I need you, to tell you there's no better place for me than in your arms, to tell you I'm sorry for running in circles, for placing my focus on the waves, not on your face. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. So I come, Lord, I come, I come, Lord, I come to tell you I love you, to tell you I need you, to tell you there's no better place for me than in your arms, to tell you I'm sorry for running in circles, for placing my focus on the waves, not on your face. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace in the storm. In the storm. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace.
Good morning. Well, wow, that light coming in the back window, there's already light. I just now noticed it, of course. Let's see if I can adjust the computer a little bit. There's other windows. That was brilliant. Well, I know everybody's saying, wait a minute, this isn't Tom. We decided to change days. Actually, they're redoing the, Tom will explain it later, but they're redoing the schedule. So from now on, I'll be doing this on every other Tuesday, which is just a challenge because I'm so used to looking at it on Monday and thinking about it all week and then making the devotion on Friday. And now all of a sudden I get to look at it on Monday and go, I got to get this done now. So it was a little shock to my system at first. See who's got with us this morning. I know we have Pastor Tom here somewhere. Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot of people on when they know don't know I'm going to be on. Tom Donnelly. And then I believe this is Chris Connolly. And this is Ken Gooch. Even without putting his name on there, we know it's him. And I believe that is, okay, hold on. I'm looking, but it's not always easy because Bert Reggiani and Ed Pila and, okay, Brian Vlaming. I think that's all we have. Oh, yeah, Ed Pila, right. Awesome. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you showing up. We're starting a new book this week. They're going to Proverbs. And the verse we have is it's more of an introductory verse, but it gives us a chance to look at what we're going to be talking about over the next, depends, maybe a few months, multiple months. It's hard to say. Proverbs is written by Solomon. It's an amazing book. He goes through example after example of what it is like to live a godly life, but a well-lived life too. Not only godly, but if you didn't even go to church, these proverbs would help you. But we all do, and we all love it. So it should help us with our relationships. It should help us with our children. It should help us with our day-to-day business, dealing with others. I think there's something there for everybody, and which is really what we're hoping for today, right? And let's get right to the verse because it's short, so it won't take me but a second. I think I have it right here. Brian Flaming, I'll get rid of him. Sorry, not get rid of him, but for gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, Proverbs 1:2. So it's really short. He's telling us this book is going to be for gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of wisdom. So what is wisdom? Wisdom, I found this in James, and I thought, because we're always, we always say, well, this is the guy that knows all the tricks, and he's smart, and he's well-learned, and he's just sharp. But then James was a little more descriptive because he warned us that wisdom doesn't always come from the right place. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let them show it by their good life, by deeds done in the humility that comes from wisdom. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where you have envy and self-ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. That's James 3:13-17. I just saw it yesterday as I was studying for this, and I said, oh, I should share that. That way I'm not stealing a verse from anybody else from the months that come. But then I thought to myself, we're going to have to, because there's so little here to work with. I mean, not here in the book, but in that little half a sentence. Solomon wrote these books. I think Tom's always talked about him, that Solomon shared all the wisdom that King David, he learned, he knew the mistakes that David made, and he knew the positive things that David had done. Wisdom is more than just knowing something. It's how we apply it to our life. It's how we live. I mean, Tom always talks about we know we should diet and exercise, but do we? Being wise tells you, yeah, I know what I should do, and I do it, and I apply it to my life. The dictionary gives a very bland definition of the soundness of an action or decision with regard to application of experience, knowledge, and judgment. That sounds so clinical, doesn't it? It just sounds. Well, over the next few months, we're going to look at the book of Proverbs. Solomon wrote down instructions for young men. He wrote down instructions for everybody, fathers, mothers, wives, husbands. He also wrote down instructions for leaders, which is kind of cool. And they're all inspired by the Father, which is awesome. In Proverbs, he uses the term the beginning of wisdom. And I just want to throw a couple of them at you because over the next few months, you're going to hear them again. But here in 9:10, he wrote, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Now, it's one of the more popular ones that we use. But his Proverbs were so wise and so well written. They even crossed over. Into the other cultures, which was kind of cool. I mean, who of us hasn't heard a soft answer turns away wrath? Or there's one's even more famous. Let me think if I could find it here. Pride comes before the fall. We've all said it. I don't know. There's probably thousands, if not millions, of people out there that have said it and don't even realize where it came from. It's in there. There's a lot of stuff. It's in there. If you're a father struggling with your children, it's in there. If you're a mother and a mom and your life is upside down, it's in there. This book was written to men, but there's not a person on this planet that can't glean some wisdom from this book. It's a great word. I think when I was doing the study, I was we all heard the story about Solomon asking God for wisdom, and we all heard that, and we know it, and it's like, yeah, okay, and it was a smart thing to do. But I think it was the way he asked God, the humility in which he asked God. God asked him what he wanted, and he asked for wisdom. We'll see if we can find. Oh, here it is. Give me wisdom and knowledge, so that I may lead this people. For who is able to govern this great people of yours? Yeah, that Claire's not getting worse, is it? So it comes down to it, wisdom. And then over the next few months, you're going to hear about it. What about the second part? An instruction. The whole book is the instruction. I mean, it basically is an answer to this, and this will happen. So the whole is like a written set of instructions. It covers a multitude of topics, 31 chapters of information. I mean, so this is going to take us a few days. On like 1623, a wise man's heart guides his mouth, and his lips promote instructions. It's an instruction. I love how that works. And then the last part of the verse, for understanding words of insight. In 1429, it'll say, whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who's quick-tempered displays folly. Or 4:5, get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget my words or swerve from them. So Get ready, guys. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get busy. And, you know, we're just today we're introducing it, but I believe tomorrow the rubber hits the road and the wisdom starts. Bang. As we go through these proverbs, we need to understand how they work in our lives. They were written 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, who knows, 3,000 years ago. But the problems haven't changed. There's nothing new under the sun. We need to work out. We can take these proverbs and apply them to our life today, and they still work. Which leads me to my final statement. And I'm sure you're all happy about that. God's word is alive. We know that. We understand that spirit breathed. But if you look at Proverbs and you look at the way they're written and how we can still apply them, not only can they apply with and this is what time my screen is gone black. Talk. I pray this was a blessing to you. I pray this worked. Have a firmly rooted day, and may someone see Jesus in you today. Peace.